Okay, so the plan was to take all this junk to the dump today. It's not as big as the last load, but there's enough stuff here that warranted a trip to the dump. But silly me, I forgot the dump is closed on Sundays, so that's out. So instead, and it's a little windy out here, it's actually okay right now. I was gonna do headlights, I'll save that for another day. Today, we're going to pick and pull, see if we can find a few parts that we need. Fix that rear door latch, maybe fix some trim. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna try and get as much as I can. Phone is at like 30% battery, gonna charge it in the car on the way over, but I make zero promises. Let's go find some parts. Ooh. That's the clip that I need to hold my lock tumbler in on the back door. Now that I figured out how to take it out without bending the back like that, let's see if we can find another one. There goes my screwdriver. That's almost like surgery trying to get that little guy out of there. So that one is definitely in better shape. So that's frustrating to no end. This is a little panel piece that I need right here. In order to get it, you gotta open a door. That's not happening. Found one. Perfect. Let's get this guy off. Excuse me, you're in my shot. I hate it when people park this close. That's a joke. Shit. I can't remember if my weather stripping's missing. Pretty successful. I hope one of those clips works so my back door will actually function. I found the lock cylinder down in the interior of the door, but its clip was rusted. I got it back installed, but it snapped off after a few clicks to unlock it. Today was good though, right? A couple clips, got the trim piece, we get that installed. I also found two vans that have hitches installed. Unfortunately, the sockets I brought don't work. I'm pretty sure it's a 20 or a 19. I'm not coming back today, but maybe tomorrow after the dump run, we'll swing by and see if we can get that hitch off there, because those things are like 250, 300 bucks. Anyways, let's get this trim piece back to the van and get it installed. Because obviously. Clean enough to eat off of, but I wouldn't recommend it. And that is why we're replacing it. Not a huge deal, but it bugs the hell out of me. I'm okay with that. $10? Absolutely. Because I think the thing is, like, they still make this van. So I could get this part from GM, but I'm pretty sure you got to get the entire thing. And it ain't going to be $10, I'll tell you that. I wasn't going to film this because grinding is grinding is grinding, right? Like, it's, if you've seen it once, you've seen it 1,000 times, but maybe I'll find this interesting. So the bulkhead left these holes. These rivets, let me see. Yeah, right? Like this is where it attached to, and they kind of raised, and there's a whole bunch of rust around them. So I've already done one, and I just decided instead of trying to knock it out or anything, I just, where is it? Yep. I just grinded it all down. This was surrounded with rust as well. I made the rivet flat, and now I've exposed the steel. So now, once I'm done the rest of them, there's 3 more to do. I'm just gonna hit this with some primer and then some white paint after this is all clean, and I should be good to go for the JB weld that I'm gonna use over top of it. So yeah, pretty simple. We'll see if anybody's like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Okay, back at Pick and Pull. I got some help. I brought some backup with me today. And now I'm gonna get, come hell or high water, that hitch receiver off and save us a little bit of money. That's the plan. Yay, it's dirty, it's gross here, and I hate it, but I think I am the proud new owner of a hitch receiver for a lot cheaper than it would have costed for a brand new one. So now I'm gonna get the rest of these bolts out of here. Look at this! That is the world's smallest hammer, and it was inside the frame, along with what I'm assuming is dirty ginch. Oh, look at the show off. He's carrying it, no problem. Well, he puts his mask on. He's a tough guy. I love my friends. They're all very helpful. It's great. Clean it up. I'm sorry, what did you just say? You were working where?
At the car wash.
Skipper. So I figured, well, if he's gonna do that, I'm gonna grind out the last of those. Hey, I'm trying to do a vlog over here. I'm just kidding, it's fine. I'm gonna grind out those metal bits. Oh, that's perfect. That's the appropriate speed you want to go at. You're not gonna get anywhere. All right, let's set this up and see what we can do. And just like that, Winter appears to be back. That's Alberta. Yeah, so winter's back. That might be a bit of an exaggeration. This is normal. Flurries happen, and this will probably actually be gone later this afternoon if the temperatures go where they're supposed to go, which is back up into the positives. Then we'll probably get some more. It's just the end of March. It's not uncommon for us to get snowfall here in May. That was a really successful day yesterday going to Pick and Pull and getting that hitch. I thought for sure, since it's about $250 to $300, depending on the brand you go with when you buy it brand new, that the yard would charge $70, $80, $90, maybe $100 for that thing. And I was like, that's still steep, but I do need it, and you'll find out why. But Mike and I were so shocked when we went through the register at the exit that it was, $31, including tax. What? Like, that just goes to show, especially when it comes to components that aren't so mechanically involved. Like, taking out a used alternator or, used spark plugs, I wouldn't recommend that. But, like, stuff that's actually really integral to the running of a vehicle, it's still better to... Now, I don't know if it's better, but it's more it can be beneficial for some people to get used parts from those yards because they're not spending a premium. Because a lot of the times these vehicles are just in write-off accidents, and the parts that you need are completely unaffected. Unfortunately, I don't really know if you can get that vehicle history other than looking at it and be like, yeah, that got T-boned or whatever, right? And then you know that the engine bay is probably fine. When it comes to non-mechanical parts, like a hitch receiver, which is just steel bolted onto the frame, $31? That's incredible and totally worth the time. I have spent countless hours at Pick and Pull really trying to get parts loose. When we were rebuilding my little brother's truck, we needed to get a knuckle and everything off this ram and that stuff just gets seized up so bad. So I spent multiple hours at the yard trying to get parts off. That hitch receiver, no problem. Breaker bar, got the bolts off immediately. There was no struggle. Didn't have to use penetrating oil. So it was totally worth it. And only $31! And my buddy Mike, who's like my best friend, we met in grade 1 and we're still friends today. I was putting the video together last night of everything we filmed, and just watching him help me, as much fun as we were happening, seeing the smile on his face and the smile on my face, it just kind of justified again what I'm doing and what my focus is, and that's just being positive and living life for yourself and being happy and not worrying about all the negative garbage that can potentially surround your life. I don't know if I've said this before on this channel, but when I'm in a relationship, I have a very, very bad habit of just not cutting people out, but not staying in contact with my close friends. And since this most recent breakup happened, I have gotten back in touch with a handful of people that I truly believe are my closest friends, and it's like we haven't missed a beat. Those are the kind of people that you need in your life. And on that note as well, every single person that I've told about what I'm doing and what my plans are for my life, they've all accepted it with an extremely positive and supportive attitude. Not one person has said, man, that's stupid. You live in a van, you're dumb. You can't do it. Like, there's been none of that. And I know that for me, that's extremely lucky. If there's people out there that want to start getting into this life, guaranteed, not everybody's going to have that support from everyone that they surround themselves with. You will get pushback. You will get the naysayers that, will call you stupid, say you have problems, say you're being ridiculous, say you're never going to make it, and that's all just, again, that's just negative garbage that you don't need in your life. And yeah, I feel extremely lucky to have the people in my life that I do, and the people that I have now chosen to surround myself with. There's nothing but, friendliness, happiness, love, and positivity. We are on the right path. On a more personal note, like Mike, I just thank you so much for yesterday. I know it wasn't much. We spent our entire lives hanging out doing, stupid, crazy things, and yesterday wasn't really a drop in the bucket, so to speak, but maybe it's because we haven't been doing stuff like that lately, but I'm super appreciative for your help. And I'm super appreciative knowing that there's going to be that much more help coming from everybody in my life when it comes to this, because this is not an overnight thing that's going to happen. And even when it's done, it's never going to really be done. That's why I love it. I was saying to Mike yesterday, I like things in my life where you never stop learning. That's why I kind of took to photography, I took to writing, I took to movie making. I don't think with that, or now even van life, you can ever get to a point where you're like, I know everything and I'm done, because that would be boring. So yeah, that's just huge thank you to Mike, huge thank you to everybody else that has been so supportive. I appreciate you all to no end, and I'm super looking forward to what's to come. Until the next one, guys, I truly mean this. Just be happy, be as creative as you can possibly be yourself, and most importantly, just be positive. It really is simple. I'll see you guys in the next one.